Card tricks, you know you want them. There's nothing that people love more than a back elbow to the face of a stupid, insignificant old person and card tricks. The best part is, I'm not even gonna do the trick. The Queen of Spades is gonna do the trick for me. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna have them wash their disgusting hand and touch any card they want. Hopefully, you're not gonna get a little bit of spittle on this card, but they pick it, and it happens to be the 6 of Spades. And how is the Queen gonna find the 6 of Spades? Well, easily. Watch. Look, if we just take the 6 of Spades and we take the Queen, see, they've actually merged into one card. If we look at the Queen of Spades is now holding the 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's now holding the 6 of Spades in her clean hand. It makes you want to do dirty things to the Queen of Spades. It makes you want to poke a little hole in here and get it done, if you know what I mean. That's what all the ladies are missing out on. So the trick is not difficult. You need a little bit of a card force, a playing card force, where you make them pick a card. You're also going to need to do that little toss move, which I'm going to show you, which I've also taught before on the PigCake Magic Academy. Just look at the list of all the things you get access to the moment you sign up. The question is, why aren't you there yet? You get access to everything the moment you sign up, and I'm always constantly uploading tutorials to the Academy. It's designed to make you a better magician. So go ahead, become a better magician, get access to all these tutorials, help me out, but more importantly, help yourself out. So you're gonna take the Queen of Spades and you're gonna remove it as you tell the participant that this is gonna be what's gonna help you do the card trick. Then you're gonna take the 6 of Spades and place it in a position of which you are comfortable forcing. Some people like to place it on top and do a cross-cut force, where you have the participant cut out any amount of cards they want and you have them place it on, in this case, your little stool. You then take the remaining half and you place it there, just temporarily holding things together and marking the position. Again, you don't tell them you're doing this, but you just place it here just casually as you draw attention to the Queen of Spades and say that she's gonna help you out. Now, the interesting thing is that even though the Queen of Spades is holding the 6 of Spades, which is a very common Queen of Spades you're going to find in most decks of playing cards, there's a sort of perceptual blindness. People aren't really looking as to the detail of what the Queen of Spades is holding, and she happens to be holding a 6 of Spades. Well, it looks like trees, but you could pass it off as a 6 of Spades. And you're just going to mention that the Queen of Spades is going to help you do the card trick. Now, at this point, you could have them look at the card they cut to, and of course, there's been sufficient time where they've forgotten where the position of the cut is. So you could just simply turn this over and go, oh, see, look, in this case, you picked the Queen of Spades. But how is the 6 of Spades going to help me find your card? And now you get into the actual move itself. So the move is going to be as follows. You're going to turn the Queen of Spades face down as you're talking about how she's going to help you find the card. You're then going to take the cards and place them in your left hand with the 6 of Spades in this position. So if you guys are absolute virgins and you've never seen a woman naked before, you would recognize this position as the position where you are about to execute Marlowe's retention of vision change. That's a great movement in and of itself because it just looks like you're taking the card and dropping it on a table. Really, you're switching it, in this case for a double back card, which looks very confusing. But you're not going to do that. All you're going to do is just the beginning part of the move, where you take the card, you place it on the upper left corner of the deck, and then you're just going to do this. That's it. So you're propping it up to this position, and you're putting it down to this position. Propping it up, putting it down. Now here's the thing. If you add the Queen of Spades to it, and you turn the 6 of Spades face up, it looks like that card merges into it, because what's going to happen is that the right edge of this card is going to hit the left edge of this card and cause it to turn it face up. This card is going to get squared up with the deck, and your wrist just turns this way. So it's going to look like, when you combine the action, that the 6 of Spades has been thrown into the Queen of Spades. Now, of course, because this card is turning from a face down to a face up position, all the eyes are going to go on here, and it's going to get the attention. You could then point out that the Queen of Spades is actually now holding the 6 of Spades. Now, she's been holding the 6 of Spades the entire time, but they don't need to know that. So all you're doing is just this and hitting the edge of the card. It's going to flip over and it's going to look like those cards are combining. It's a very compelling illusion and something I've done on Instagram many times. If you do it with the cards face down, it just looks like you throw one card on top of the other one and somehow the cards merge. A very nice and interesting idea. But in this case, we're doing it with the 6 of Spades face up, and it just looks like the cards come together and merge into one. And what's great is that the card has been in full view the entire time. So they've seen this card there in front of their stupid beady eyes the entire time, and they don't realize that, well, she's holding the 6 of spades. Look how much bang for your buck you get from just one card, a card force, and a little flip move that's not even that difficult to do. Makes you want to find a neighbor's puppy and just punch it in the mouth. Makes you just want to squeeze a baby. But it's definitely an interesting and compelling thing because this card is face up on the table the entire time. It's just there. You're not switching it, you're not hiding it, and yet the secret is right in front of their eyes the entire time. Ooh, my friends, look at that. Look at that. So just a couple updates. This deck of playing cards is mine. It's called the Missing Piece deck of cards. It's coming very soon on Kickstarter. I promise that. I've completed the Kickstarter campaign. There's a lot of little things that you ignore when you're doing a Kickstarter campaign. Lots of little things that you don't really take into account, but hopefully now everything should be in the final steps of production when it comes to this playing cards in terms of the Kickstarter. Of course, the cards are not produced yet because you haven't bought them yet, but they're going to be coming very, very soon to your hands, and I will be updating you on Instagram as well as here on YouTube. You could be assured of that. Some other advice at the end of the video is right here. This is Cloud Intense by Ariana Grande, right? It's one of my favorite colognes is Cloud by Ariana Grande, and this is the 2.0, the intense version. Now, this is a female's perfume. I'm a man. I have a big pee-pee, and yet I use a girl's perfume. There's nothing wrong with using perfumes because it's a scent. If you're comfortable with the scent, use it. I'm comfortable with the scent. I'm comfortable with me as a strong-willed man to use a female's perfume. So expand your scent vocabulary and get into females' perfumes, and you're going to see that you might find something that you like. In this case, I like this. It smells like coconut, smells like sweet, smells like what a cloud would smell like, I imagine, right? Barring any sort of I don't know, weird toxicness that we have in our clouds. So expand your vocabulary and get into women's perfume. That is my advice.
I see you again when I see you again. When I see you again, 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 when I see